So has the okay, okay. I
Yeah.
was just about to ask about the recording.
Yes, we started it. So let's talk about a table once again. Yeah. So a object is a table in Salesforce, right? On the top, we have the table headers. These are fields. And these are rows, right? So here you put data across cells, different cells. This one is called record 1. This is record 2. This is record 3. Right? Now, you are talking about security here. So what is security? Why that is needed? This object will store data from multiple people.
Animesh,
Yeah.
Animesh,
Yeah.
sorry to bother you. I believe Sanjay has already made you the host.
Yeah. Sunit,
Yeah.
it is already done. Thank you.
Acha,
Thank
okay,
you.
just a minute. I
Thank
need to find. Acha, who should be the host now? Because once again, I have become the host.
No, it should be me.
No, I have
Yes.
already made Animesh, but now you are the host,
Yeah.
Sunit.
So who should be the host now?
Make Animesh host.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Carry on.
Sure. Thanks. So what is needed to be done here is that this object is storing data from many areas, right? And many fields and many departments, right? Think about an account object or opportunity object, right? There can be multiple departments. They are creating records and storing records, and probably you don't want everybody to see every data in your organization, right? Do you want the non-HR guy to be seeing your salary? No, right? Nobody else, no other employee should see your salary, but your salary is stored somewhere, right, in the org. So these are like sensitive information that is very important, and then authorized people should only see. So there are, when we talk about security, when we talk about whether this table is visible to a person or not, right? This is the first level of security. The second level of security is whether the data of these columns are visible or not, visible and editable or not. So first, visible and editable. Second, I am talking whether the field values per column is accessible to a person or not. This is second level. And third level is whether these horizontal records are visible or accessible to somebody or not. So three level of access. Can we look about this in a little more easier term? These are three concentric circles, and we will name these as OLS, FLS, and RLS. What is that? OLS is object level security. So the outer boundary. Whether the table is accessible or not, whether the table is editable for that person or not, what operations are editable for that person. If that table is accessible to that person, then we'll see which columns are visible to that person and which of these columns are editable for that person. So first, OLS is the table is accessible or not, editable or not. Second is when we are talking here, everything we are talking about data. Okay, the data in that table. We are not talking about editing that table metadata. Okay, we are talking about only data inside that table. All the security is about data. So field level security, whether the data in those field in these columns of the table is accessible or editable or not. Third level is record level security, whether the rows, every row or each row, specific row is accessible, and if accessible, editable or not. Any questions so far? Okay. So why these three circles? The circle is very important because if we do not pass this first round, this second level security has no value. Only if you have the first round security, then the second level security makes sense. And if you pass the second round security, then the third level security makes sense. Quite similar to like, you have heard about Mahabharata's tales of Chakravyu, right? Quite similar
Yes,
to that.
Yes, sir.
If you don't get past the first level, there's no point of giving you a security of second level. And if you don't get past these two levels, then there's no point giving security to third level. Correct? So where is OLS given? How do I give object level security? How do I provide permissions for objects? Object level security and permissions are provided using profiles and permission sets. Okay. Every user will have a default profile and mandatory profile. Without a profile, you cannot create a user in Salesforce. Now, what is a profile? Profile is a user type and a group of permission, basic permission that is given. So on that profile, you can provide permissions of that table. When you provide the permission of that table, you provide the permission for the data where you are owner. We'll discuss what is the ownership. But every record in Salesforce will have an owner. Every record. We told that owner is a very important field in Salesforce. So that owner is the field on which this whole security is revolving around. So the owner can have diverse permissions. What kind of permissions? Owner can have, what kind of 4 levels of operations we can do on a table? Can somebody tell me? What 4 operations can we do on a table?
so create, read, edit, delete.
Perfect. Create, read, edit, delete. So create permissions, right? So these 4 permissions I can put in my profile, I can put in my permission set. Permission set only is a add-on. So whatever you have on the profile, you can add on top of it. A permission set can be multiple. One user can have multiple permission set. So the whole OLS becomes P plus permission set. So P plus permission set, whatever permissions is available to that person, that is the object level security which we have provided to that person. And this is only for data where he is the owner, not for the data on which he is not the owner. Okay. The second level permission is field level security, which is, of course, is it visible for me? And if it is visible, is it editable for me? Where do I give this permission? Again, on profile and permission set. The field level security is also provided using profiles and permission sets. Okay, this gives an access for each field of that object. So you might have a editable access, edit permission on an object wherein you have your own fields, but maybe it's not all the fields you will be able to modify. I can restrict some of the fields which you cannot modify, even if you are the owner, right? So that can be done. So I can make sure that some of the columns are secured and that data is not editable or visible to even the owners if needed, or to anybody. Third level is the record level security, which is the horizontal access, right? Every record level security is applicable for non-owners. That means, what can I do on the records which is not owned by me? That is record level security. How does record level security provide it? Record level security is provided using OWD. OWD. What is OWD? Org wide defaults. OWD is set for each object. What are the different settings of OWD? One of the setting is private. Another is read only, public read only. Another is public read write. What is private? If I set a OWD to private, that means only the owner can see the record. Non-owner cannot see the record. If I make it read only, then non-owners can see the record but cannot edit it or modify it. And if I put public read write, that means I am not securing my records. So owner and non-owners both can do whatever they like based on what profiles they have. Right? Now some interesting situations. So far, you're able to follow or you're completely lost? Let me know.
No, sir, fine.
Fine, so far, so good. Yeah.
Yes,
Now
sir.
we will do some interesting combinations. Yeah. So let's talk about. Yeah, let's talk about owner and non-owner. Okay. I think I will bring this. It's not it. Okay. So what is the setting on profile? What is the basic permission? In C, create, edit, read, write. What is the basic permission?
So read.
Read, absolutely. Without read, you cannot give a create permission, you cannot give a edit permission, you cannot give a delete permission, because if you cannot see the record, what will you do? The other operations are write operations. Basic operation is read. So I have given read permission. Okay. And in my OWD is set to private. Let us see now. Can owner create new records? I have only given read permission. Can owner create new records on that table?
If
When
only
I'm-
read permission is given, then he can't. If only read permission is given.
So cannot create, right? Read they can, edit they cannot, delete they cannot. Even if they are owner of that record, they cannot create or edit or delete that record. Because in the profile level, because the outer circle permission is already blocked, you cannot go inside. Clear? So a owner can only read records. That's it. What happens to the non-owner? Can a non-owner see that record? Non-owner cannot do anything. Non-owner cannot even read, edit. They cannot see that record itself. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now I give a create permission. What changes happen?
So now owner can read, create.
And create.
So only create, right?
Yes, sir.
Nothing changes for non-owners, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Non-owners cannot see that record.
Yeah.
Now I give a edit. What happens?
Now owner can edit and delete also.
No, delete permission I have not given.
Oh, only edit. Then he can create, read, and edit.
Yes,
He can change values, but he can't just delete it.
that's correct.
Okay.
Now I give a delete permission also. What happens now?
Now he can do anything.
right? The owner can do all the 4 steps, but non-owner cannot do anything because they cannot see that record itself. Clear?
Yes, sir.
You're getting the setting. So OLS is set this, or RLS is set as this. Okay, now again, let's modify. Now OWD is set to public read only. What happens now?
Now non-owners can read.
Non-owners can read. Correct? Clear? Anybody has any confusion?
No, sir.
Now I create permission. What will happen?
Now owner can create and read, obviously.
Non-owner can only read.
Non-owner can only read. Yeah.
Absolutely. Edit.
Same, sir.
Even the
Can-
non-owner has the same profile, still they will not be edit that record because the record level security is blocked at RO.
Yes, sir.
Clear? And if I give delete permission, then a owner can delete also, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
TT straightforward so far.
Now both owner and non-owner has the same profiles. Yeah. So that is how we are doing it. Okay. Now public read write. Now let's see what happens. Only read. What happens? Right? Owner, non-owner same.
Yes, sir.
Create. What happens?
In create the owner and the non-owner because public is read, right?
Absolutely. I can
Yes,
both can create, right?
Yes, sir.
What about edit?
Now the two both can edit
Absolutely.
because public is already on read, right? So the non-owner can now edit also.
Absolutely. What happens for delete?
Same, sir. They both can do all the 4 operations.
They can only for some objects, not all objects. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They delete standard objects.
Can't
There are
nobody
some
can-
objects like case. In case you cannot delete. Okay. So there are some objects which does not allow non-owners to delete. Okay. It depends on which object you're working on. Conditional delete. Is it clear till now so far?
Yes,
So
sir.
what is the easy formula to remember this all complicated logic? The easy formula to remember this, that between OLS and RLS, I will not put the plus sign, this will confuse. Maybe between OLS and RLS, how do I know that I have a permission on a record or not? It is decided by profile plus permission set and OWD. In between these two, whatever is the lesser or most restrictive permission wins. If this is blocked here, then this wins. If it is blocked here, then this wins. Clear?
So can you tell once more?
Yeah. So the most restrictive permission
from OLS or RLS side, whichever side has the lesser restriction, lesser permission will be effective. If the OWD is set to private, then user will have lesser permission. If on non-owners, this is everything we are talking about non-owners. And if the lesser permission is given on the profile plus permission set, then this will win.
Okay, sir.
Okay, easy thing to remember. That whole combination you don't have to figure it out. So lowest permission wins between OLS and RLS for non-owners. Okay. For owners, of course, the PS and PS is the only thing. OWD is not effective for non-owners. Sorry, owners. Only P and PS is applicable for owners. Clear? Now we'll see if you go to user. A user will have a profile which is mandated. You can add n number of permission sets if you want. All permission sets put together, you can increase your permissions by permission sets. What is permission set? Permission set is a group of permission. Simple. Profile is also the same group of permissions. Profile is also a category of user. So if there is something like a user type, that is highlighted using profile. Okay. So let's see the profile, permission set, and OWD in more closely. So far, so good. You guys are able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me know or block me whenever if it is getting too much difficult for you. So when we go and see user, when you are in a playground, usually you will see your user there already. Yeah, I can see my user there already, which is a system administrator. There are some supporting users, you can ignore that. This platform, every platform, you can create multiple user here. You can create another user. Support user. You can use your own ID. Username has to be unique. So something like this. And you see, this is basically, this license is very important. So you have to choose the Salesforce license. I will discuss about license a little while later. So you have to choose the Salesforce license and you will get all these profiles. Okay. So when you create a user like this, automatically you will get a mail. And if you set your user ID and password, you can log in as login.salesforce.com and you can use this login username and the password which you set. That way you can also log into Salesforce. So it's very easy. Try to do that and have fun. You can log in using, you don't need to go to Trailhead and do that. So you can create your own, another separate user. You can log in via that profile. Second, when you go there, what is this profile? Where is this coming from? So if you go to this profile, there are multiple profiles which Salesforce by default provides you. Those are different user types, right? But you in your org can go and create new profiles. You can clone any existing profile. Like I have a standard user profile here. is standard user profile, right? I can do a clone and custom standard or my standard is a profile I create. When I create a new profile, you see the custom profile is ticked. You can modify this. The standard profiles you cannot modify, barring a few things. Otherwise, you cannot modify the standard profile. So if you want to modify the profiles, you need to clone that, create a custom profile, and assign this profile to the user. So if you now go to the user and you create a new user, you will see that here the my standard profile is now available for assignment. Clear? So what is this profile all about? Let's see this profile in details. There are many things. We'll not go into nitty-gritties of everything, but the crucial part is OWD, which we want to discuss first. So the object level security. So OLS, when you talk about OLS, let's edit this. It is very important. So down below, you have the standard object permissions, and you will also have a custom object permission. If you have a custom object, you have created some things. Okay. You see, if you take out the permission here, then this person cannot create accounts, any account records, because that table itself is not available to them. Okay. The whole table is gone. It's just like that table does not even exist for them. Now you can go one by one. You can assign read permission. Then the table is available. They can see their own ownered record. What is owner? We'll come to that. So owners can see their records now. Owner can see others' record also if the OWD is set to public read only or public read write. Right? Similarly, if you go and give a create permission, you see automatic read permission is also given. If you go to edit permission, automatic read permission comes in. If you go to delete, edit, delete, and read, all three comes in. Clear? And you can give a read permission. So these are the 4 permissions which you can give on that object level. These permissions are all applicable for records which you own, not for the record you don't own. This will be applicable for records which you do not own based on what is the OW setting. We'll go to the OW setting. Before that, let's see the OW setting. So you go to sharing settings. You see, this is organization by defaults. Every object is listed here. So you can go to the edit, and what I said, you can make the account, you see, private, public read only, and public read write. If you make it private, then only owner can see the records. Public read only, everybody can see records, but only owner can modify. Public read write means no permission, no security. Everybody can do whatever they want to do based on what profile they have. Clear? Now, all the combination we discussed. There are some objects wherein you will see this control by parent. What does this mean? This will be generally for child objects. Like contact is a child object, right? Contact is controlled by parent means who is the parent? Parent is the account. So whatever I am setting into my parent will also be applicable for my child. So if the parent is private, contact is also private. If the parent is public read write, then contact is also public read write. So that is what we say by control by parent. This is only specifically for few objects, not every object. Yeah. Second part is,
Sir, can we say that if it is only for few objects, those objects must be in master detailed?
no.
Okay.
No. These objects are standard objects only, which are child objects. For standard objects only, you will get control by parent.
Okay.
Master detailed child are by default controlled by parent.
Yes, sir.
You cannot do anything. You cannot change that. That's why master detailed children will not come in this list at all.
Okay.
You will see that this is not available here because those are already controlled by parent. Why it is controlled by parent automatically? Because when you create a master detail field, the owner field itself removes, right? We saw that.
Yes, sir.
So there is no owner.
Yes, sir.
When
No
there
owner
is no
for no
owner, you cannot have different setting for different records. It is controlled by parent.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? So it is by default controlled by parent. That's why that does not even come in this list. You cannot change it. Okay. This
Yes, sir.
default internal access is all that is required. Default external access is a different thing. Ignore this one. We do not need to discuss this. What is this checkbox? We will discuss this in our next class. But right now, you see in the standard objects, this checkbox is always ticked and you cannot modify it. But for custom objects, you can uncheck this. What is this? We will talk about it later. So sharing settings, we saw sharing settings has OWD. OWD is make sure that what is the non-owner is going to do. What would be the permission for the non-owners? So when you want to hide any data, the only way to do that would be going to OWD. There is no other way to hide data. So when the requirement is that one user should not see another user's data, the only way of doing it is OWD set to private. Right? Now let's see, again, go back to profiles. Let's go to our profile once again. Here, we have field level security. You see, every object is listed here again. When we go there, we can click on every object. And you see, we have a read access and edit access. That means every field, the data in that field, either you will allow them to read it, see that data. If you take it out, then billing address will not be available for that person to see. Even if that is then there in the page layout, you will not be able to see this. If you want to extract this from Workbench, you will not be able to do it. It is as like that column does not even exist for you. You will never know that there is a column called billing address. Got it? You can make this read only, but you can make it, you can take away the edit access. If that is the case, even if you are the owner and in the profile you have edit access, still on that field, you cannot modify that field value. It will always be read only in the page layout. Okay. So this is security. What it takes care, this will affect your page layout as well as it will affect Workbench or data loader. Please remember that. But if you go to the object manager and you go to the account page layout, you can make a field read only from there also, or take a field away from there also. So what you can do is that you can remove this account site from your page layout and that is gone. But still, account site you can access via two mechanisms. You can create a report or you can go and query that field from Workbench. So data is available to you. On that layout, you are not able to see that. On that screen, you are not able to see that. You can also make a field editable, read only or required. Yeah. So if you do that, it does not make, this is not field security, or it is not security, because this in that layout only it is applicable. But in Workbench, it is not read only. You can go and use the update feature of Workbench and you can modify the value of this field. Maybe from UI you are not able to do it, but from Workbench you will be able to edit. So if you really want users not to touch those fields, security needs to be implemented. In that case, you have to go to profiles and take the permission out from there. You cannot do it on page layout. Okay. Page layout is just convenience. Page layout is not actual security. Okay. What is permission set then? Here you see there are some standard permission sets. You can also create new permission sets. Again, permission sets are exactly the same. You have object permissions here. So what you can do is that maybe in account, you give a read permission here. No, read and edit permission here, or read and create permission here. And in profile, you have a read and edit permission. That means combining the profile and permission set, you actually have read, create, and edit. So permission set will add to whatever permission you have on profile. Okay, you can enhance or increase the permission using permission set. You cannot decrease permission using permission set. Okay. If you go to user, down below, you can see permission set assignment. Here, you can add permissions, just like I created this permission, right? You can add multiple permission sets. So it will all show up here. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is permission set, profiles, very crucial two things which is needed for any user. Optional, of course, permission set is optional. Profile is mandatory. You have to give a profile. Whatever permissions you are giving in the profile will be applicable instantly. Whatever permissions you are giving in the permission sets will be add-on permissions on top of whatever you are having in the profile. Clear? But this is only for owner records. Where is owner? So if you go to account or any case or anything, you see the case owner is there, right? This is the user. It is the most important field of Salesforce. If you go to the account, open an account, here is the account owner, right? You can transfer this owner to another person, but till the account owner may or may not be the account creator. Yeah, you can transfer ownership to somebody else. If you transfer ownership of this record to some other person, even if you are the creator, you have become a non-owner. In that case, you don't have permission on this record anymore. The owner is the actual is the person who actually will control this record. He will have the permission to change everything if the OWD is set to private or read only, right? Very important to understand what is and the whole security of Salesforce is revolving around this person who is the owner of that record. Every object will have owner record. Only owner record will be gone for master detail child objects. That is not there because that will be controlled by the owner of the parent record. So if the owner of the parent record will be also automatically can make changes to the child records of a master detail child. That also automatically becomes controlled by parent. Clear, guys? Any confusion till now?
No, sir.
Okay. Too much overwhelmed? Or you want you want to understand this in little more details, or I can go deeper now? Let me know. I want to go slow because these are very advanced topics and I don't want you to mess it up.
Amit, Rani, you guys are understanding?
Yes, sir.
Clear, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
You can go deeper.
Go deeper? Good. So now we will go deeper. What are we discussing now? I will go and now go into the next level. So we know that the owner is the person who controls that record. And let's talk about some secure OWD situation, secure private situation. It can be read-only also, but let's talk about private situation. That means only the owner can see the records. that record is not existing for any other users, for non-users, right? They cannot see that record. If they want to search, they want to query in Workbench, they will not find that record at all. It will not be there at all. But what if for some specific users, I want to show some records, even if my OWD is set to private? I don't want to change the OWD to anything else because that security needs to be there. But still, I have to make some exceptions. I have to show, maybe I am working in a team. I have team members who should see my opportunities so that I can work together. Maybe I am working on a case. I have a team members. There are many people who are working on that case. Even this case is not, nobody else can see that case, but still I need at least few people to see my cases. I, as a owner, how do I show my records to somebody else? Is it possible to conditionally show that without affecting the OWD? It is possible, and it is called sharing. Before we move to sharing, we have to see the profiles and permission set once again. In profile or permission set, apart from grad permission, which is basically for owner records, there is a view all and modify all permission. These are again two checkboxes. What this view all and modify all permission gives on an object. So this bypasses OWD. So if the OWD is private and I have a view all permission ticked, that means even if the OWD is private, a non-owner, that person who has this ticked can see others record, non-owner's record. He's a non-owner, but he can see others record. He's bypassing OWD. Okay. Similarly, if he has modify all permission will only be possible if view all permission is there. Okay. So if a person is modify all permission is also there, even if the OW is set to private, he can modify somebody else's record. He can view as well as modify somebody else's record. Same with read only. If it is read only, still he will be able to modify. That means I can bypass OWD if view all and modify all permission is there. How can I see this? If I go and see these profiles, and if you are a system administrator, you will see normally, let's see our own profile. You are a system administrator, right? If we go down, you will see that you have view all or modify all permission on every object. You see? You have view all and modify all permission on every object. That's why you are able to work on somebody else's record. Similarly, if you create a new profile also, just like we created a new profile, I can go ahead, edit this profile, and I can go ahead and say in account, I give a view all permission to him. If I give a view all permission to this user, it's not user, it's a profile. So any user who has this profile will be able to see everybody's record on account. Right? And if I give a modify permission, it does not matter what the OWD is. I can modify others record also. Clear? There is a view all data tick box here. It is just like select all stuff. If you go and check this one, view all data. If you tick this, what happens is that This view all tick happens for all objects automatically. There is a modify all data also. If I tick this one, you will see automatically every object I will have this view all and modify all ticked. Yeah, it's an easy way of assigning it. So you can bypass OWD through profile or permission set. You can give this in profile or permission set. Give me 1 second. Okay, so now this is not sharing. This is just bypassing OWD, or because sharing means sharing some records to some users. When you are giving view all modify all permissions, then you are sharing all records to some users. But when the requirement is to share some records to some users, then sharing comes into picture. And this you cannot do with profiles and permission set, because in profile or permission, if you give a view all, you can see everybody's record. But that is not the case. Maybe I want to share a few users, user 1, 2, 3, 2, user 5, 6, 7. Yeah, something of that sort. That is the situation. So what are the different mechanisms of sharing? Let's talk about the top 5 first. There can be some others. I will just mention them for information, but those are advanced topics. We are not covering them. The first method would be the owner can manually share. So when a owner is on that record, we can manually share that record to a certain user. So manual sharing is first mechanism of sharing. Second mechanism of sharing, again, an owner can do. Owner can add users in teams. There is a feature called teams. This teams feature is applicable on account, opportunity, and case. These 3 objects only has teams. So you can add a user on this team. When you add any user on this team, whatever permission you give to that person will also able to see that account record or opportunity record or case. These both are done by owners, right? And this is manual process. There is nothing automatic here. Now there can be some automatic mechanisms of sharing also. What are the automatic? Automatic mechanism of sharing is done by system administrators. That means your job would be to create those. What is the easiest mechanism? First is role hierarchy. We'll discuss this. What does it mean? In your organization, you can create roles. Roles is an optional thing in Salesforce, but you can create roles. And when you create roles, you have to create a hierarchy of roles like this. That means a person with this role is lower with a person with this role is lower than a person with this role. Let's give some actual names so that it is clear. So this is a CEO. This is a VP sales. This is a VP service. This is sales executive 1. This is sales executive 2. This is service executive 1, service executive 2. These are different roles. So what happens is that
automatically, if you set a role hierarchy, a person with lower role, his own records will be automatically shared to a person with the higher role. That means the manager can always see the records of his junior. If I set up a role in such a way, then automatically Salesforce will show the records of all the owned records of this person to this person and this person. So it will go up to the top hierarchy till the top level. Okay. So this person cannot see this person's record or vice versa, but this person can see both this person and this person's record. This person cannot see this man and this man's record because this person, these two people do not come under his hierarchy. This person can see both these records and this person can see everybody's records. Clear or confusion?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir. Clear.
We'll see this again. Role hierarchy is one level of security. So in standard objects, role hierarchy is automatic. You cannot change it. For custom object, you can choose whether to use role hierarchy or not. You can bypass role hierarchy also. I will show you. That's the checkbox I was showing you. That was grant. That was for role hierarchy. We'll show that. Now, the most exciting role hierarchy is like horizontal axis, right? Sorry, vertical axis, right? Top level, from lower level to top level, you are sharing this axis. But what if you want to do horizontal sharing? What is not achievable via vertical sharing? You want to go sideways. Then there is another thing which is called sharing rule. Sharing rule will be used where? When the role hierarchy is not able to share the record. Maybe pharma department's record should go to HR, right? How will you do that? So this, for this you need sharing rules. Sharing rules can be of two types. What are those? Sharing rules can be ownership based and it can be criteria based. What do you mean by ownership based? Ownership based mean a set of users record you want to share to another set of people. That means you have to create either a role or a public group in order to select the records which you want to select. Sharing rule cannot select records of individual users. You can only use roles or public groups. What are public groups? I will discuss this. And
It's not
criteria.
very clear.
Yeah.
What is this ownership based? Is
Yeah.
not very clear.
Ownership based means a group of users wherein you choose the records to share based on the ownership. That means the people records you are choosing which has role 1 or the owner, the records which you are choosing with a public group. That means all the people who are under that public group choose their records. I will show that. When I will show that, actually it will be very easy to understand. So ownership based means who is the owner. I choose the record based on the ownership of that records. I select who, please choose the records which is owned by these people. Make sense? And I can share to other set of people. Like I want to choose user 1, user 2, user 3's record, and I share it to user 4, user 5, user 6. Right?
Okay. Okay.
Then what do? I will create a public group with these 3 users, and I will create another public group with these 3 users, and I will use the ownership based sharing, and I will choose the records with using this public group and share the records to this public group.
Okay. Okay.
You can also choose records to share based on criteria. That means the field value of that record, not based on owner. You say that all the records wherein status is active, please share that to HR. So you are saying a field value, you are giving a field value. The status is equal to active, share this to one public group or a role. Possible, right? Okay. Sharing rule and role hierarchy, both are automatic sharing done by Salesforce. If you set once, the record will automatically get shared when it is created or created. Now, this you can set up when you know whose record you want to share to whom, right? But what if you do not know when you're setting some logic, you don't even know whose record I will share to whom, and it is dynamically selected by the system or by some steps. When the person to share you do not know, at that point you have to use another thing called Apex managed sharing. This is for dynamic sharing, wherein you do not know whom to share. What is the situation wherein this might be utilized? Let's talk about it. When you do not know. So on my account object, I have created a user lookup field. Yeah. So I can choose any user here. What is the name of this field? I have given account coordinator. My requirement is whoever I choose here on this field should automatically start seeing my accounts. Can I do this using role hierarchy? I cannot, right? Whom I choose here may or may not be my boss, right? Can I do using sharing rule? I cannot, right? I don't know whom I am choosing here. Maybe they are not part of that role to whom I am sharing. Maybe they're not part of the public group where I'm sharing. I don't know which user I will be sharing. So it's dynamically taken care of. When I am actually selecting that runtime, I have to decide which user I have to select, and Salesforce has to automatically share it. At that point, you have to write logic to share. So when you are writing a logic to share, at that point, it becomes a dynamic sharing that you have to do using Apex managed sharing, the fifth process of sharing. That you can do using writing Apex code. That you have to write in a trigger, or you can use a flow and process builder. We'll discuss in details at a later date. Flow and process builders we have not covered. Right? Apart from these, there can be other mechanisms of sharing, which is just for information. We will not cover this or discuss this. One is called territory management. Just remember these names. Territory management can be utilized. You can create pages without sharing, that through which you can expose data to non-owners. Territory management, and last, of course, the profile and permission set view all modify all that we already discussed, right? So these are like, we will never be using these areas right now. So there are 5 important ways of sharing. That is what you need to remember for understanding what Apex managed sharing, how that works. We'll need to go a little deeper. Every object, when the OWD is set to either private or public read only, every object automatically creates a share object. Like account will automatically create a account share. This object will be available. Now this is a hidden object which is exposed by Salesforce.
when OWD is set to private or read only. When it is public read write, there is no account share object. You will not find that. Every object will have a share object. If it is a custom object, it will be underscore underscore share. Okay. Now Salesforce stores all this sharing, manual sharing, team sharing, sharing rule-based sharing, everything it stores in account share object. So if you want to write a code and put any value into the account share object, you can do that. That same object is used for share. So you have to make an insert into the share object and the record is will be shared. What do you have to insert in this object? Very simple, right? Which record I want to share? Record ID. What is the access? Read only or read write? And what else? What is the reason of sharing? Reason means identifying that I am sharing using code. I also to tell Salesforce, don't touch my records. Because other records are managed by Salesforce, right? So Salesforce will avoid these your records. So this reason is very important. And to whom I am sharing, right? Maybe the public group or a user, everything. Thus, these are the 4 fields that needs to be inserted into that object, and the record is shared. Quite easy, right? Any confusion till now? We'll cover all these 5 ways of sharing.
No, sir. It's okay. No, sir.
All fine? Good.
So this Apex management is not automated. We have to do it manually. Something or
It is logic. You have to write the code.
write the code. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
write the code in Apex trigger, or you can write the logic using flow and process builder. So we'll
Process
discuss
builder.
that. We'll discuss this later. Flows and
Okay.
process builder we'll cover later. How can you write automations using these flows and process builders? These will cover later.
Okay, sir.
So let's start working on understanding a little more details about users. So here we talked about public group, right? Public group is just a group of users. That's it. Public group can contain another public group. It can contain roles. It can contain users. So you see, when I create my public group, you can choose any existing public groups. You can choose any existing roles. You can choose existing users, individual users. All put together, this becomes a public group. Similarly, what is a role? Role is another attribute of a user, which you can set up. You see, in CEO is the topmost role, then CFO, CEO by default is there. Then in the customer service support, America, these are already there. Inside that, nothing. You can add your own role here. You can say service rep Colorado. Yeah, then you can assign users to this role. So what happens is that now you go there and you will see under this service rep Colorado. So any user, when you are creating, you can give this role. All the roles are available. Now let's see one by one. Let's go to the first situation of sharing. So here you see there is a sharing button. So when you are an owner and the OWD is set to private, nobody else can see this account. At that point, you go to sharing. You select which user you want to share. This user. Do you want to give read-only access or read-write access? Based on that, you share the record. Clear? Similarly, there is another thing called account. Okay. So I will also see the workbench at this point. first I will see what is the OWD set right now on account. See, account is set to public read write. If account is set to public read write, do I get a object called account share? Let's see. There are some values already. I think from old values are there. No records are there, right? What happens is now, if I go and share this does not store any values. Why? Because OWD is set to public read only. So there is no sharing happen. Now, if I modify this and make this private, it will take some time for this to process, and there is a mail that will come to you when this whole process is finished. See, automatic, there are some fields that is getting created. What is this field? You see, row cause is called owner. This is the reason, the same. Row cause is owner. Every record automatically has an entry now in account share object. For every account record, the owner, it is already, Salesforce is maintaining this in this table. Owner is there. Let's see our record. What happened? Not everything is created. Still not complete. Stop. Oh, sorry. I was checking the wrong. It should be account ID, right? I will select everything and I will select account ID here. See, now there is an entry in there where is the owner is there, and this is the user, right? If you view this in Salesforce, you will see which user is that there. So it's Animesh Banerjee, right? I am the owner of this record. That's why there is an entry automatically coming here. This entry is already getting made because OWD is now set to private. That's why it is now this object is maintaining your sharing. So for this record, account record, it's only automatic one entry that is managed by Salesforce. This you are not creating. Salesforce is automatically creating this record, and it's showing that it is maintaining that this record is now shared to this owner, right? And this is the owner, row cause is owner. So this sharing, this record account is automatically shared to owner. Owner has access. Now, if the owner is now adding somebody else and he's giving a read-only access, let's fire this query once again. See, now there are two access. It is a manual sharing happening. It has been done. And there is a new user. if I give view and Salesforce, this is now shared with an indication user, right? So this record is now shared using manual sharing. So if I go there and I use this sharing once again, it will show me shared with group of users, edit. You see, it is showing me here also that I am the owner by default, and I have also shared with indication users, right? Similarly, there is another thing called teams. This is owner's thing. So if you go to team, there is an account team. You have to go there and enable account teams. When you enable account teams, you have to add that team to different layouts. Let's add this to all layouts. You can change team roles also, disable some roles also. What happens if you now refresh this page? You will see down below there is a thing called account team. Here you can add team members. It's a little sophisticated way of doing it. So now you can say, this is my account manager. I will give a read-only access to this person and do a save. What happens in Workbench? If I fire this, you see now the row cause is team, and another user has got some access. You can like manually share and make a read-only access to this user and fire teams you can read write. Then what access will that person have? If the same person has been manually shared as read-only and through teams it is a read write share, then what access will that person have? Any guesses? Whatever is the most access. So read write means he has higher access now, right? Because both the access is available. Read only access is also there, read write access is there, then I get both. So read only and read write both put together will become read write access. Okay, this is the owner's sharing either through teams. Teams is not available for all objects. It is only available for account, opportunity, and case. So if you go and do that, search for teams, you will see that teams is available for case teams are also there, and opportunity teams are also there. Okay, so that's the way it is. Now let's talk about automatic sharing using system administrator. What system administrator can set up for other people. So if I go and go to sharing settings, so let's talk about role hierarchy first. So I have created a role hierarchy. How can I use the role hierarchy for sharing? If you see this grant access using hierarchies, that is already set up for all the standard objects. That means the owner, if the owner is given a role, assigned a role, automatically the higher role will automatically see that record. For custom object, you can uncheck this. I don't have a custom object here, but let's create a custom object. Now you see sharing test is now available here. If you go to edit, here you can uncheck this if you want. If you don't want role hierarchy to be applicable here, by default is always checked. Okay, but for custom objects, you can uncheck that. So you automatic sharing through role hierarchy is applicable. So in role, all you have to do is that owner has to have that role. If the owner does not have a role, then role hierarchy will not work. So all the users who is owning records must have a role. In the user, this role needs to be set up. This role must be set up. It cannot be blank. Clear? Then only role hierarchy will work. The other way is horizontal sharing. The same sharing setting. Here, if you go below, you see account sharing rules is there. It can be of two types, based on record owner, based on criteria. Now I said that record owner can be selected either as a public group or a role. You can share this to another public group or a role. What is the access? You can share, give default read only or read write based on whatever you want to choose. Based on criteria, if you go, you will select any of the field like billing city equal to Colorado or like Denver. Then only this record will be shared to this public group or a role. Clear? Priyanka, this was what you were asking for?
Yes,
So
Animesh. Yeah.
let's take this like account owner. Let's create two public groups. So one public group was there. I will edit this public group. I will take away everything. And I will create another public group. Here I will choose another user. So one public group can have one user, right? And I save it. So now I can go into this sharing setting. Apologies for the noise. So if I create a account sharing now, and I choose the record ownership. So here I choose my public group. Here only me is there, and I will share to the sharing public group. And I will give a read-only access if I want, and do a share. Usually, two people with the same role, two people will not usually, two people with the same role cannot see each other's record. Two people, if the OWD is set to private, because only the manager can see your records. So if you want all the people with the same role to see each other's record, in that case, you have to create a sharing role, select the same role, and select and share it to the same role. So does it change anything here? Yes, it changes. You see, now there's a rule. Through rule, this record is now shared. That means through sharing rule, now the sharing is happening. So Salesforce is managing sharing rule, manual sharing, team sharing through account share object or the share objects. But role hierarchy is not handled in this table. You see, role hierarchy is not taken care of. It is not saved in this table. That is important. If you are now using Apex managed sharing, that is a little difficult to configure here. It will take time. I will share a link to do that. If you do Apex managed sharing also, then also that will come in this table. And you can create your own row cause. For Apex managed sharing, you have to create your own row cause. You will say Animesh, that might be your row cause, so that you can identify which of these rows are for your logic. The rest of these things, manual, team, owner, and rule, is completely managed by Salesforce. So you have no control here. This is automatically created by Salesforce. But the new ones which you create through Apex managed sharing, that is entirely controlled by you. So if the owner changes, just like if I change the owner, you see, I change this owner to integration user now, and go to Workbench and do a query. You see, everything changes. There's a new owner. The rule went away because that PG is not applicable now, right? Teams is not applicable now. Teams was also modified, right? If you go and select this team, since the owner was changed, the team is cleared off now. There is no team because that team is automatically refreshed when the ownership is changed. There is an implicit parent. Which is the implicit parent? Let's see. Account ID is shared to this implicit parent. Who is this guy? Yeah, implicit parent. Okay, so owner has changed now. You see this owner is now this guy, integration user, and now this row cause has changed. So now this with the ownership change, this all everything is these rows are everything shuffled by Salesforce. But any Apex managed sharing which you have created, that will not be touched because that will have a different row cause. Clear, guys? All the sharing.
Yes, sir.
So some records you want to share to some people. That means owners can do themselves. Owner can share their records to another people through Teams or through manual sharing. And system can automatically share people's record using role hierarchy, sharing rule, and Apex managed sharing. Territory management is also automatic sharing. It's an advanced topic. We'll not cover that. If you write code for pages to show records for non-owners, that can also happen without sharing. You have to use. Again, that is for information. We are not covering that. For admins, not needed. Clear? And public view all, modify all on the profile and permission set is something which can enable that person to see every record. Sharing is not needed for those people. Clear? So we have all the topics. So we have first blocked views using OWD, and then we are sharing to special people for special. Interesting or too much overwhelming?
Interesting. Sir.
Both.
That concludes the session for today. I hope you enjoyed the session, the dark alleys of Salesforce. Please feel free to play around. Otherwise, you will forget everything. And this is very crucial. This topic is very, very crucial. One who does not know security and sharing does not know Salesforce. So this should be absolutely clear for you. Rewatch this recording if needed, but this needs to be crystal clear. If you have any questions, let me know on the chat. We can discuss.